Today on the News Roundup, don't miss an exclusive interview with Gabe, the EOAlive Weather Kid.
This is the Thursday edition of the News Roundup, brought to you by EONI and Ronde Hospital.
Hello, Eastern Oregon. I'm Brianna Troutman.
And I'm Bob Kavanaugh.
And you're watching the News Roundup.
Our first story is brought to you by True Value Hardware on Jefferson Street. Behind every project is a True Value. For our first story, EOAlive has a new weather show as well as a new member. Meet Gabe Curtis, the EOAlive Weather Kid, who will be doing local weather forecasts for all of Eastern Oregon right here on EOAlive every Friday. Here's a look at our conversation with Gabe from our EO Talks.
So tell us how you got your start in weather when you were 5 years old. What turned you on to weather?
Well, we had a unit in my preschool class called Grumpy Clouds, which basically just explained how clouds formed and able to start raining. And I would just get up in front of a class and look outside, and I was kind of the weatherman of preschool. And that unit kind of is what got me into it to start with.
You recently moved from Western Oregon to Eastern Oregon. Tell the viewers what you think of Eastern Oregon.
Well, it's a huge difference, but I really like it. The people are very nice here, and I absolutely love the weather here. Very more extreme compared over to the west side.
But yeah, definitely. We definitely get 4 seasons here.
Yeah.
On the west side of the state, you get 2 seasons, rain and no rain.
Yep.
Right?
Be sure to check out the full interview on EOAlive's Facebook page or YouTube channel.
Our next story is brought to you by Northwest Furniture and Mattress, your local family-owned and operated furniture store. This Saturday at 5:30, don't miss the first annual Light the Night Holiday Decorations Caravan Tour, starting at the Bymark parking lot. Be sure to bring some canned and or non-perishable foods to donate to the food drive, or bring some toys to donate to the toy drive. If you can't attend the event in person, be sure to watch a live stream version of the event on EOAlive.
Our next story is brought to you by Brother Bear Cafe on Adams Avenue, still open for takeout. This Saturday, December 19th, is the last day for Marketplace Fresh Foods Return to Bethlehem live nativity scene. Be sure not to miss it. Here's another look at our virtual tour we did a while back.
Hi, I'm Jerry Mackley, and this is Sean Holliday, and we are here outside of the Marketplace Fresh Foods grocery store. At the entry here, down these stairs, is the entry to the Living Nativity.
All right, we are downstairs now. We've already got our passport. We've already had our temperature taken. This is where we do our mask check. Everyone's got a mask on. Right now we're in Nazareth. We've got a long way to go to Bethlehem. Let's start on headed that way. Throughout the whole process, we're going to have people like Roman guards come, and they're going to demand that they check out the passport. There's some money shenanigans going on. You know the Romans. You know how it works. Anyway, so we now finally come into here, and we meet 3 wise men who tell us about their star that they're following and all the stuff that they're doing here. This is obviously in construction mode, so you're seeing chicken cages and tents and everything else being made. All right. After this section is done, we're still in our group of 6. We stay in this group the entire time. There's only 6 people. It's your group that's coming through. We then get to the shepherd zone. And we get some amazing experiences. You'll have to wait till you see what goes on here, but this is where we do get visited perhaps by an angel.
You can watch the full virtual tour either on our Facebook page or YouTube channel. Don't miss out this weekend.
This pet segment is brought to you by Rockin' Sons Tire and Auto. Go get your snow tires now. Here are some furry little feline friends looking for a forever home.
Hi EOAlive, Brianna Troutman here with 2 little furry, little mischievous kittens. These 2 are named, this one is a boy, this black one, and his name is Cameroon. And this is his sister that I'm holding, the black and white one, and her name is Togo. They are both fixed. They were little orphans that came in. And they were adopted by one of our foster mama kitties that took them on with the rest of her kittens and nurtured them and cared for them until they were old enough. And they are a bonded pair, so we would prefer that they go together. So these two will be available at PetSense in La Grande. They are $130 if they go together. That is a special, or which we would like them to go together if possible, because they are so attached to each other. If they go individually, they will be $85 a piece. They are both fixed. So if you are interested in these two, come check them out at La Grande PetSense. Tell them that you are interested in Cameroon or Togo.
This CHD COVID update was brought to you by True Value Hardware on Jefferson Street. Behind every project is a true value. Here's another CHD COVID update with Brent Clapp and Carrie Bergiotti.
What do you know about the vaccine? How do you think it's going to be distributed to Union County? Do you have any information concerning any of that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very happy to talk about vaccine. I'm sure that many of your viewers saw this week the first shots of the vaccine being given to healthcare workers in the United States. And so we know that vaccine has arrived in Oregon, and we know that some Oregon residents have also gotten the vaccine. So it's really very hopeful, very exciting news to see that we're able to start giving our healthcare workers some protection. So they're going to be able to continue providing care to people that need it. So what I know is that there's still a lot of information that I don't have. It's a pretty fluid process. We're learning more each day. I know that the state of Oregon has gotten an allocation of the Pfizer vaccine, that it's on the ground and being distributed to hospitals and healthcare systems. They right now are going directly to hospitals so they can vaccinate their employees with the sole goal of being able to maintain operations. We know that we need the healthcare system to be in place to take care of people. We've talked about this from day one, how we needed to maintain our hospital capacity, and focusing on our healthcare providers in the hospital setting first with the supply that we have now is how we're going to accomplish that. So right now they're going out to hospitals and healthcare systems. I don't have like a list of which hospitals are getting it on what date, how many they're getting. Like, I don't have that level of detailed information. I also know that we're getting closer to emergency use authorization for the Moderna vaccine. As soon as that happens, I expect it'll roll out exactly the same way it did with the Pfizer vaccine, and maybe even more quickly, because that vaccine doesn't require the same ultra cold storage. So I think it makes it a little bit easier to move quickly. There's not as many steps that need to go into the protection aspects of it.
This next story is brought to you by Northwest Furniture and Mattress, your local family-owned and operated furniture store. Due to COVID-19, the annual performance of the Messiah has been canceled. However, we will be broadcasting last year's performance this Sunday, December 20th at 6 p.m. right here on EOAlive. Here's a look at that awesome performance. Again, be sure to tune in next Sunday, December 20th at 6 p.m. on EOAlive to watch last year's performance of the Messiah.
This Chamber Chatter is brought to you by Brother Bear Cafe on Adams Avenue, still open for takeout. Here are the ladies at the Union County Chamber of Commerce office.
Welcome, Eastern Oregon. Thanks for tuning in to Chamber Chatter. This is Sandra, and we are getting ready for our holiday Christmas decorating competition. Look what you can win, and we have lots of entries. I've been typing them in this morning, and we have hundreds of people who have entered into our competition. So thank you for entering, for those of you who have entered. So, maps. We're putting maps together that you can use to go around and look at all the great houses and businesses that have entered. You can pick those up here at the Chamber office, or you can go to our website, www.visitunioncounty.org, and you can look at a map at that location.
Here's Doddsy with our sports segment.
Hey, thanks, guys. This is Doddsy with a quick little sports update. Really, everything's just about the same. We're going into Christmas break at EOU and at the high school. Everything's still up in the air when it comes to sports and COVID for this valley. I've heard lots of stories about, the stuff that's going to happen in the future with the CCC, and we'll just kind of play it by ear when it comes to that. Yesterday, I sat down with EOU women's basketball player Beverly Slater. Here's a little snippet of that interview. If you want to watch it, you can go back on the timeline and check it out, or go to YouTube. So tell me what you're doing right now. Like what are you doing basketball wise right now to stay in shape, to stay, prepared just in case this season kicks off here after the first of the year?
Well, right now there's not much to do. All we can do is individual things like running, trying to get shots up if we can, and lifting, working out as much as we can. And that's really about it. It's all on yourself. You have to stay in shape, do it for your team, for the future.
We're in unprecedented times right now. I mean, I went on a rant the other day on my show about the mental health of not only kids, but just all the way through to about college age. And in this world that we live in right now, it's pretty controlled. It's a very controlled environment, way more controlled than what we're used to. How has that affected your life?
Well, it's made it a lot more boring, I'll tell you that. Like, there's not as much that we can do. But I don't know, everything's different, schedule's different, not being able to practice right now, that's really thrown me off. Usually when the snow starts coming down and the leaves are falling, we're usually in the gym or having games on the road, but right now we're just doing our stuff by ourselves. It feels like it's like off season.
That's all for Eastern Oregon Alive Sports this week. Doddsy, and I'm out.
That's it for this week, Eastern Oregon. Thank you for watching. I'm Bree Troutman.
And I'm Bob Kavanaugh. Tune in next time for the weekly news roundup.